Hello students, welcome back to all e-scholar coaching classes. So today I am going to deal with the third part of the chapter light. In this part you will study about human eye. In detail you will study about the functioning, working of eye, diseases or defects caused due to deficiency in eyes, and also we will study about the Louis Braille method for used for the blind peoples. So let's start in detail with the chapter. So the topics to be covered today are structure of the eye. In this we will deal in detail about the parts of the eye, working of eye, how eye works, persistence of image on the retina, how image is formed on the retina, how to take proper care of eyes. We all know that eye is a very essential and very sensitive sense organ, so it is very important to take a proper care of eyes. Defects in eye, so we will study about the different defects and the disease caused due to in eyes. Then comes the visually challenged person. Then Louis Braille. Okay, so these are the topics I am going to cover today in my lecture. Let's start. So let's start with the human eye. We see objects only when light coming from objects enter into our eye. As we have already discussed in my previous videos, that suppose if there is an object, from that object when light enters into our eye, suppose this is our eye, then only we are able to see. Okay, then eye is one of the most important sense organ which gives us sense of vision. Eye gives us the sense of vision. Eye is such a wonderful instrument, you can say, that it can sometimes we can clearly see a distinct object as well as we can see objects nearby us. Okay, then eye has a roughly spherical shape. Eye का shape कैसा होता है? It's a roughly spherical shape. So it is therefore very important to understand the structure and the working of a eye. So we will be dealing in detail about the structure of an eye. So let's start with the parts of human eye. So the first part of the eye is cornea. What is cornea? Here is a figure of eye. You can see that it is somewhat spherical in shape, as I have told. So cornea is here. This is cornea. Let's see what is cornea. The outer coat of the eye is white. It is tough so that it can protect the interior of the eye from any of the accidents. Okay, so basically cornea is this outer part of the eye and it is white in color, and the main function of it is to protect the eye from any of the accident. Okay, since our eye is very delicate. So cornea is located at the front portion of the eye. As you can see in this figure, it is at the front portion of the eye. It is a transparent covering. ये जो covering है eye की, this one is a transparent covering. Cornea is that bulges outward and responsible for most refraction of the light that enters the eye. ठीक है, so cornea is basically responsible for bending of the light. As I have already told you that if there is some object, from that the light enters in our eye. So cornea is responsible for that bending of the light to enter in our eye. So basically it consists of 6 layers, but here in class 8 in detail we will not go. And the most important thing is that the tear fluid, you know, the tear fluid from which we get the tear, आंसू जो आते हैं, that is the tear fluid that covers the cornea and protects the eye. So the main function of cornea, we will see, is of protection. Okay. So after cornea, the next part comes iris. So here in the figure you can see this is iris. Let's see what it is. It is a dark colored muscular structure. You can see it is basically of brown color, dark in color. So it is a muscular structure present in the center of the cornea. So basically this is cornea and iris is present in the center of it. Okay. If you see, this is cornea, so it is basically in the center of cornea. It works like the shutter of eye. Okay. So why iris is like the shutter of eye? As in camera we see there is a shutter that when we open it we can click a photograph, and when we close it, it is not. Same way the iris act like a shutter of eye, regulating the amount of light that enters the eye. Okay. So it controls the amount of light entering the eye. So basically the function of iris is to control the amount of light entering the eye. So what does it mean to control the amount of light entering the eye? So the iris has colorful pigments like grey, blue, black, brown, etc. What does this mean that iris has a colorful pigment? So basically iris is that part of eye which gives it a distinct color. What does this distinct color means? Okay, we can say it a distinct color. Okay students, so basically you must have seen that a person has a green eye or some has a brown eye. So basically we refer actually to the color of iris. ठीक है, तो जो कलर होगा आइरिस का वही कलर होगा पर्टिकुलर पर्सन के आई का. तो अगर किसी के आइरिस का कलर ग्रीन है तो ही हैज अ ग्रीन आईज. इफ इट इज ब्राउन ही हैज अ ब्राउन आईज. तो ये मतलब है इसका. ओके. प्यूपल. It is an adjustable circular opening that is located at the center of the iris. So if you see, this is iris. Okay, and this is iris. At the center of iris, this is a pupil. Okay. So basically what happens, light enters into the eye through pupil. So it is pupil that is responsible for the entering of light. Okay. So when the light amount is high, if the amount of light is high, iris contracts. So here there is a iris which is going to contract if the amount of light is high and allows less light into the eye. और when the amount is low, iris dilates. Dilates मतलब iris जो है कि फैल जाएगी और allow करेगी more light into the eye. तो आप भी देखे होंगे कि जब हाई लाइट आती है, हाई अमाउंट ऑफ लाइट आपकी आईज में, तो आपकी आईज थोड़ा सा ब्लिंक हो जाती है. दिस इज बिकॉज द आइरिस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स. आइरिस सिकुड़ेगी और वो लेस लाइट को आई में एंटर कराएगी. और जब लाइट की अमाउंट हाई रहेगी तो आइरिस डायलेट्स, फैलेगी और वो अलाउ करेगी कि ज्यादा लाइट आपके आई में जाए. ओके. तो बेसिकली अब हम इससे क्या कंक्लूजन निकला कि द साइज ऑफ द प्यूपल इज कंट्रोल्ड बाय द आइरिस. ओके. सो दिस इज द आइरिस व्हिच कंट्रोल्स द साइज ऑफ द प्यूपल. Okay, children. और वन मोर थिंग आई वुड लाइक टू टेल यू कि इट इज एडजस्टेबल सर्कुलर ओपनिंग इसको क्यों बोला गया, इसीलिए क्योंकि इट चेंजेस इट्स साइज. तो द साइज ऑफ द प्यूपिल इज कंट्रोल्ड बाय द आइरिस. आइरिस अपने साइज को चेंज करता रहता है. ठीक है. सो नेक्स्ट सी. नेक्स्ट कम्स द लेंस. Behind the pupil of the eye is a lens. Here you can see this is the pupil and behind is this structure is a lens. So lens is made of a jelly transparent material and is a biconvex structure. It helps to form the image on the retina. So the size and the thickness of a lens change as per the distance of the object by the ciliary muscles. So here this and this you can see there are two ciliary muscles in the eye. So the size and the thickness of this lens changes. Sometimes it will be like this or sometimes it will be like this. Their size will be changed as per the distance of the object by the ciliary muscle. Ciliary muscle से object कितना दूर है उसके हिसाब से लेंस की जो साइज है वो चेंज होती है. ओके. नेक्स्ट comes the retina. Retina is located behind the lens at the back of the eye. So here you can see this is retina. It is located behind the lens. Retina contains several nerve cells. So basically it sends the message. So there are two kinds of cell, cone cell and rod cells. So these are the sensitive to bright lights. Okay, they are sensitive to bright lights and they sense colors, and rod cells are sensitive to dim lights. Okay. So this is very important. Optic nerve. It is located at the back of the eye. Here you can see this is optic nerve. So optic nerves are bundle of over 1 million nerve fibers. Optic nerves are made up of nerve fibers, that over one bundle, more than one bundle nerve fibers. Okay. And that carry visual message from retina to the brain. So basically the function of optic nerve is to carry messages from where? From retina. It will carry from retina to the brain. It will send the message to our brain. So the sensation felt by nerve cells are transmitted to the brain with the help of which? With the optic nerve. All the sensation which are felt are transferred by the optic nerve through retina to the brain. Okay, is it clear? Next comes the vitreous chamber. What is this vitreous chamber? You can see the inner space of eyeball is called the vitreous chamber. So here the space which is here, this is called the vitreous chamber. It consists of transparent gel-like substance. So here is a transparent gel-like substance. This is a vitreous body, or you can say it is a vitreous chamber. This substance, mainly the right pressure in the eye, maintains the right pressure in the eye and maintains the stability of the eyeball. Okay, so because of this gel-like substance, the pressure in the eye is maintained and also the stability of the eyeball. You must have seen in some people there is no stability in the eyeballs, that they don't see properly. This is because of the wrong function of the vitreous chamber, or if the transparent gel substance is not properly developed in them. Okay. And the last part is the blind spot. Okay. So the small region where the optic nerves and the retina meets, this is called blind spot. Here you can see this is a optic nerve and this is the retina. The point where they meet here is a blind spot. This is called the blind spot. There is a point here on the retina. Okay. So it has no sensory cells. What does it mean it has no sensory cells? No sensory cells means that no vision is possible at this spot. Okay, no vision is possible at this blind spot. That's why the name is blind spot. Since no image is formed at this spot, it is a blind spot. Hence, no image is formed at this spot on the retina. Okay, so at this spot retina forms no image. There is a point on the retina which cannot send message to the brain when light falls on it. So when light falls on it, retina could not send a message, as I have already told you that it is the work of a retina to send message to the brain for the feeling of any sensation or anything. So here this is the point that is called a blind spot. Here is the point where the retina could not send a message to a brain. So whenever the light falls on it. So this is called as a blind spot. Okay. There are some key points which every one of you should know. Nature has provided eye with the eyelids. You must have seen everybody has this black eyelids. What is the function of that? It is to prevent any object from entering the eye. So basically what happens, suppose this is your eye and this is the eyelid. So if any substance comes nearby your eye, suppose an insect is coming near your eye, so what does this eyelid do? It automatically gets shut down. So its function is to prevent any of the item to enter into the eye. So eyelid also shut out light when not required. Okay. And second thing is that as we know that the minimum distance at which, suppose this is an object, this is your eye, the minimum distance between the object and eye varies. It varies with all the ages. Okay. But there is some normal value which has been known, that is the most comfortable distance at which one can read with a normal eye is what? 25 centimeter. Between the object and eye, the distance which is a normal distance is what? How much it is? It is 25 centimeter. Although we know that the minimum distance at which the eye can see object distinctly varies. It varies. Working of eye. How does the working of eye occurs? So this I will explain you in detail. Suppose this is an object. A light is coming from this object and enters in the eyeball through a transparent layer of a tissue at the front of it is called cornea. So this light from an object is going to enter in the cornea. Then what happens? The cornea bends the light rays through pupil. Okay. So the dark opening in the center color portion, as I have already told you, what is pupil? So next what happens? Then next what happens? The adjusted light enters into this lens. It comes from pupil to the lens. The lens send all these light rays and the image is formed where? On the retina. Okay. Then what does this retina do? The retina converts this light ray into electrical signal that are sent to our brain. As I have already told you, the function of a optic nerve is to send the message to the brain. Okay, and this message is sent through optic nerves, as we have already read in the parts of the eye. And what happens then, the brain processes the information it receives so that it turns. Okay, so basically the retina send the message to the brain with the help of a optic nerve. Okay, so basically the image formed on the retina is which type of a image? It is an inverted image. Okay, so what does this inverted means? As I have already discussed in my previous lectures, that inverted means, suppose this is the head of a person and this is the tail, so the inverted image is going to be turned upside down. This is going to be a tail and this is the head. उल्टी हो जाएगी image. So if such is the thing, तो फिर हमें तो जो भी पिक्चर दिखनी चाहिए वो उल्टी दिखनी चाहिए. अगर रेटिना इन्वर्टेड इमेज फॉर्म करती है तो हमें जो भी इमेज दिखनी चाहिए वो उल्टी दिखनी चाहिए. बट क्या ऐसा होता है? नो, इट डजंट टेक्स प्लेस. What is the reason behind that? If you will see it, basically what happens, because the front part of the eye is curved, as you can see that this part of the eye is curved, it bends the light. Okay, the light coming, if this is an object coming from here, it bends the light and the upside down image is formed on the retina. लाइट बेंड हो जाती है कर्व होने के कारण आई के फ्रंट पोर्शन की, तो रेटिना पे जो इमेज फॉर्म होती है वो इन्वर्टेड हो जाती है, दैट इट अप साइड इज डाउन. बट उसके बाद क्या होता है कि जब, एज यू ऑल नो दैट, कि विद द हेल्प ऑफ ऑप्टिक नर्व रेटिना सेंड द मैसेज टू आवर ब्रेन. अब क्या होता है कि व्हाट डज ब्रेन डू? ब्रेन टर्न्स द इमेज इन अ राइट वे. ओके, अब ब्रेन क्या करेगा कि जो हमें इमेज मिली उसको राइट वे अप कर देगा. इट टर्न्स इट बैक इन राइट वे अप. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, so this was the working of eye. Now let's see how the persistence of image takes place. So next comes the persistence of image on the retina. So basically what happens, the impression of an image does not vanish immediately from the retina. Okay, तो अगर रेटिना पे कोई इमेज फॉर्म हुई है तो इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी फेडेड और वैनिश इमिडिएटली, वो तुरंत नहीं मिटेगी रेटिना पर से. एन इमेज परसिस्ट देयर फॉर अबाउट 1/16 of a second. Okay, and this feature is called persistence of vision. This feature is called persistent of vision. तो basically persistent of vision क्या होता है कि हमारे रेटिना पे जो इमेज फॉर्म हुई वो तुरंत नहीं मिटती है. It remains there for 1/16 of a second. तो अब बात क्या है कि अगर वो इमेज वहां पे रह जाती है तो इफ स्टिल इमेजेस, अच्छा एक चीज हम लोग और देखते हैं कि अगर कोई स्टिल इमेज ऑफ मूविंग ऑब्जेक्ट आर फ्लैश्ड ऑन द आई at a rate faster than 16 per second, then the eye perceives this object as moving. क्या होता है, suppose there are so many still images, okay, and the moving object are flashed on an eye at a rate. जो moving object है उसकी जो rate होगी वो 16 per second से ज़्यादा होगी. तो आई क्या परसीव करता है कि ये जो ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं, ये जो स्टिल ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं, दे आर ऑल्सो मूविंग. ओके, तो बेसिकली इफ वी सी ए एग्जाम्पल, तो due to this persistent of vision we can see still images in a sequence दे गिव द इल्यूजन ऑफ मूविंग इमेजेस। तो ये जो स्टिल इमेजेस हैं वो हमें ऐसा फील कराते हैं कि जैसे एज इफ दे आर मूविंग। So we can see, if you see an example, we see movies, animations are made. So ये सारी जो properties हैं, this property आई को कैसा effect देती हैं कि these still images are moving, since they are moving at a faster rate than 16 per second. Okay. How to take proper care of eyes. Eye is a very delicate sense organ, and if not cared properly, we will be going to suffer, or we are going to suffer damage our eye. So let's see what are the points how to take proper care of an eye. So if there is any problem with your within your eye or outside the eye, if you feel some problem, you should always go to an eye specialist. Never to ignore any kind of eye problem. And one important thing, too bright or too dim light both is bad for eyes. ओके आजकल बहुत फैशन में है, मोस्टली स्टूडेंट्स आई हैव सीन दैट when they go on the bed they switch off the light and they continuously keep seeing on their mobile and then they sleep, but this is not a safe thing. So I would request a student not to do this. Always use your mobile, laptop, or if you are reading, always use a proper light. Not to be done anything, these things should not be done in a dim light. So if you see, if there is insufficient light, this is the one of the most important cause of headaches and eye strains. अगर लाइट इनसफिशिएंट होगी तो आंखों पे बहुत जोर पड़ता है, आप नोटिस करिएगा कभी। और हेडेक जो हमें होता है ना, वो भी एक यही रीज़न है। और धीरे धीरे अगर हम इनसफिशिएंट लाइट पे काम करने लगते हैं तो आई को, हम अपनी आँख को खुद से ख़राब कर रहे हैं, इट मीन्स। सो नेवर यूज़ इनसफिशिएंट लाइट और नेवर रीड, राइट, नेवर टू डू एनीथिंग इन dim light. Then next comes, do not look at the sun or powerful light directly. This is also to be noted. We should never look at any of the powerful light or to the sun directly. Wear some glass or something like that. And one very important thing, we always, if something is happening to our eyes or it is getting some itchy, we always try to rub it. No, that is a very wrong thing. You should never rub your eyes. अगर कुछ itchy feel भी हो रहा है तो just wash it with water, but never try to rub it. और if particles of dust go in your eyes या कोई भी other particle जाता है, just wash your eyes with clean water. You can use cold water also. Just wash it, but never try to rub it, because rubbing the eyes is very dangerous sometimes. So you should always try to clean your eyes if something itchy is there or you are getting some problem in your eyes. Then always read the book and newspaper at a normal distance of vision. This is very important point. As I have already told you, what is the normal distance of a vision is almost 25 centimeter. So you should always read the book and newspaper at a normal distance of vision. It should not be like that कि बहुत पास से पढ़ रहे हो. That is also not good. And if you are keeping it very far and reading from there, that is also not good. So you should always maintain a normal distance. Okay. Then do not read by bringing your book too close, as I have told. बहुत ज़्यादा नज़दीक से भी नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए to your eyes, or keeping it too far. Both the things are very harmful. If you are reading it by keeping the book very near to your eye, you are just giving a strain, eye strain to your eye. It is not necessary that always when there is insufficient light you give eye strain. No. If it is very close to your eye, you are giving a eye strain. And if it is very far, तो भी बहुत तो यू नीड टू बी वेरी कॉन्शियस एंड वेरी केयरफुल, और बहुत मेहनत से फिर आपको अपनी आईज से देखना पड़ेगा, तो दैट इज ऑल्सो बैड. सो this practice please remove, that is never use a dim or insufficient light. Second thing, ki never rub your eyes, always try to wash it from clean water if you are having any type of problem. And the third very important thing, never to read from book very close, or never to keep it very far. Both the things are not good. So these are the some ways in which you can take a proper care of your eye at the home, and if something serious happens, just go to an specialist and concerned. Defects in eye. Some of the vision defects I am going to deal today are myopia. What is myopia? A person can see near objects clearly while distinct objects appear blurred. Myopia में क्या होता है कि the near objects like reading books or newspaper is very clear, but the object which is far away seems to be blurry. तो बेसिकली ऐसा कब होता है, आपने अपनी क्लास में भी देखा होगा स्टूडेंट्स, देयर आर सम स्टूडेंट्स में बी दोज हु आर वियरिंग स्पेक्स. बेसिकली उनके साथ क्या होता है कि दे कैन रीड द बुक, दे कैन राइट इन द नोटबुक्स, दैट इज वेरी क्लियर टू देम, बट इफ दे वांट टू सी ऑन द बोर्ड व्हाट टीचर इज राइटिंग, दैट गेट्स वेरी ब्लरी टू देम. सो बेसिकली वो जो स्पेक्स पहनते हैं दैट इज फॉर द डिस्टेंट विजन, बिकॉज देयर डिस्टेंट विजन इज नॉट क्लियर बट द नियर बाय विजन इज क्लियर. सो बेसिकली दिस हैपन्स in young age people. So what is the treatment for that? Specs with concave lens can improve the vision of myopic person. So if a person is suffering from myopia, which type of specs he should wear? A specs which is having a concave lens. Okay, basically इससे उनके दूर का जो विजन है वो improve हो जाता है. Next comes hyperopia. What is hyperopia? A person can see distinct object clearly but objects nearby may be blurry. होता क्या है, जो दूर के ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं that is very clear to them, but the nearby object seems to be blurry, means they have a difficulty in reading books or newspaper, all these things they have a difficulty, but the distinct objects are very clear to them. So basically what happens, a person suffering from hyperopia needs a specs which should be of convex lens that can improve the vision in a hyperopia. तो जो पर्सन जिनको हाइप्रोपिया की प्रॉब्लम है वो कौन से लेंस यूज करते हैं? कॉन्वेक्स लेंसेज वाले स्पेक्स यूज करते हैं. ओके, नेक्स्ट कम्स द कैटरैक्ट. व्हाट इज कैटरैक्ट? In old age, persons cannot see clearly. ज़्यादातर आपने देखा होगा कि जब पर्सन्स की एज होती है तो उनको एक क्लाउड मतलब क्लियर नहीं दिखता है, एंड दिस इज बिकॉज क्या होता है कि जो आई का लेंस है, जो मेन लेंस आई का है, वो क्लाउडी होता जाता है. इट्स गेट्स समवॉट ओल्ड, सो इट गेट्स क्लाउडी. तो पर्सन्स को ओल्ड एज में विजन में बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है, दे कांट सी क्लियरली. सो बेसिकली कैटरैक्ट में क्या किया जाता है? समटाइम्स देयर कैन बी अ सर्जरी. आपने भी देखा होगा, आपके घर में अगर कोई ओल्ड एज होगा तो उनकी सर्जरी होती है कैटरैक्ट की. द क्लाउडी लेंसेज, उसमें बेसिकली क्या होता है उस सर्जरी में? द क्लाउडी लेंसेज इज रिमूव्ड एंड एन आर्टिफिशियल लेंस इज ट्रांसप्लांटेड इन द आई. तो बेसिकली कैटरैक्ट के ऑपरेशन जो होते हैं, आपने भी देखा होगा, अगर कोई आपके घर में ओल्ड एज का होगा तो उसमें क्या करते हैं कि जो ओरिजिनल आई की लेंस होती है वो क्लाउडी हो जाती है, तो वो निकाल के एक आर्टिफिशियल लेंस वहां पे ट्रांसप्लांट किया जाता है. ओके, तो आपने भी देखा होगा कि अगर किसी का कैटरैक्ट का ऑपरेशन हो जाता है तो ही डज नॉट नीड स्पेक्स एंड एनीथिंग फर्दर, क्योंकि उनकी एक तरीके से मान लीजिए कि उनकी लेंस वापस से ओरिजिनल जैसे कि यंग एज में होती है वैसी आ गई. ओके, देन नेक्स्ट कम्स ग्लूकोमा. व्हाट इज ग्लूकोमा? सीवियर आई pain and blurred vision. What happens in case of glaucoma? There is a severe eye pain, आंखों में दर्द होता है और जो विजन होता है वो बहुत ही ब्लरी हो जाता है. तो इसमें क्या ट्रीटमेंट होता है, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन सिचुएशंस, प्रिस्क्रिप्शंस, आई ड्रॉप्स. कभी कभी तो दिस इज सच अ माइल्ड दैट ओनली आई ड्रॉप कैन क्योर इट. समटाइम्स एन ओरल मेडिकेशंस इज नीडेड. और अगर बहुत ज़्यादा सीवियर है देन अ लेज़र थेरेपी और अ सर्जरी और अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ एनी ऑफ दीज. तो बेसिकली ग्लूकोमा का ट्रीटमेंट जो है इट बेसिकली डिपेंड्स अपॉन द टाइप और द स्टेज ऑन विच इट इज. कितनी ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम है, कैसी सिचुएशन है, उसके हिसाब से. बहुतों में तो ये केवल आई ड्रॉप से भी ठीक हो जाती है, लेकिन कुछ लोगों में इसमें लेजर ट्रीटमेंट या कोई और सर्जरी की भी जरूरत पड़ सकती है. ओके, सो दीज वर बेसिकली द डिफेक्ट्स इन द आई, and there are many more defects but we will be specified with these only. Okay, next comes the food essential for eyes. अब देखिए बाकी सारी चीज़ें तो है ही, बट एज वी नो वी ऑलवेज नीड अ हेल्दी डाइट. हमारे हर फंक्शनिंग के लिए वी नीड अ हेल्दी डाइट. सो देयर आर सम फूड्स विच आर इसेंशियल फॉर द आई, एंड इफ देयर इज अ deficiency of them we will be suffering from different problems. So if a food is deficient in some components, eye may also suffer. So basically the most essential vitamin if we see essential for eyes is vitamin A. It is very essential for eyes, for a good eye. So we should always eat a food which is rich in vitamin A. So basically what happens if you see lack of vitamin A in food stuff is responsible for many eye troubles. अगर आप में विटामिन ए की डिफिशियंसी होती है तो बहुत सारे आई प्रॉब्लम्स आपको हो जाएंगे. So the one of the most common eye problem is night blindness. Okay, नाइट ब्लाइंडनेस में बेसिकली क्या होता है, देयर इज अ डेफिशिएंसी ऑफ विटामिन ए. So one should therefore include in diet a components that have vitamin A. इसलिए if you want a good eye you should always eat the food which is rich in vitamin A. Now let's see which are these foods which are rich in vitamin A. So raw carrots. Carrot is a very good source of vitamin A. It is full of vitamin A. You should always try to eat raw carrots, not the cooked one. Then comes broccoli. Broccoli is also very good for vitamin A. And you can say any green vegetables, they all contain vitamin A. So the main one is the spinach. स्पिनच इज ऑलवेज गुड फॉर विटामिन ए. जो भी जितने भी साग हैं, वी कॉल इन आवर हिंदी लैंग्वेज साग, वो सारे विटामिन ए से रिच होते हैं. तो यू शुड ऑलवेज ट्राई टू इंक्लूड ग्रीन वेजिटेबल्स इन योर डाइट. इसीलिए हमेशा डाइटिशियन ग्रीन वेजिटेबल्स पे फोकस करती है, बिकॉज इफ यू वांट अ गुड आई these green vegetables are always good for vitamin A, rich of vitamin A and good for eyes. एंड कॉड लिवर ऑयल्स, जो फिश ऑयल्स होते हैं, ये जो हैं कि गुड रिच होते हैं विटामिन ए के. सो दीज आर ऑल रिच इन विटामिन ए. ऑलवेज ट्राई टू इंक्लूड दीज आइटम्स इन योर डाइट. देन कम्स इफ यू सी एग. एग इज अ वेरी गुड फॉर विटामिन ए. मिल्क, कर्ड, cheese, butter and fruits. Students, I would request you to always include fruits in your diet. It is full of vitamins and minerals. And if we talk about papaya and mango, these two fruits are rich in vitamin A. So you should always try to eat papaya and mango. So all these diets are good for vitamin A, rich in vitamin A. So always try to have a healthy diet. If you want your eye to have a good vision, if you want it to be very good vision, or you want your eyes not to suffer, you should always have a vitamin A rich diet. So include green vegetables, fruits in your diet. Next comes the visually challenged person. Who are visually challenged person? Some people, including children, face with disability of vision. बहुत सारे बच्चों में भी या बड़े लोगों में हमने देखा है कि उन्हें देखने में प्रॉब्लम होती है या देयर इज़ अ डिसेबिलिटी इन देयर विजन. सो दिस डिसेबिलिटी ऑफ विजन कैन बी पार्शियल और कंप्लीट. कुछ में तो थोड़ा छोटे मोटे डिफेक्ट्स होते हैं और some of them are completely challenged. They can't even see. तो such persons are called visually challenged person. ओके तो वो उन लोगों को हम क्या बोलते हैं, विजुअली चैलेंज्ड पर्सन बोलते हैं. दैट विजुअली चैलेंज्ड पर्सन can have the disability of vision which can be partial or it can be a complete. So some person cannot see at all since birth. बहुत लोगों को हमने देखा होगा कि by birth they are blind. But some persons can lose their eyesight because of the disease or injury. टाइम के साथ कभी उन्हें कोई इंजरी हो गई या कोई एक्सीडेंट हो गया तो आफ्टर बर्थ ऑल्सो या आफ्टर सम टाइम दे लूज देयर विजन. सच पर्सन्स ट्राई टू आइडेंटिफाई. अब ये क्या होता है कि ऐसे पर्सन्स जो भी हैं इनको हम विजुअली चैलेंज्ड पर्सन कहते हैं. बट हाउ दे एग्जिस्ट देयर लाइफ और वो लोग कैसे अपना वो करते हैं. तो देखिए अ विजुअली चैलेंज्ड पर्सन यूजुअली शोज अ मार्क डेवलपमेंट ऑफ अदर सेंसेस. अगर आपने कभी किसी विजुअली चैलेंज्ड पर्सन को देखा हो कोई भी तो उनके पास भले ही विजन में प्रॉब्लम हो बट दे हैव अदर मार्क डेवलपमेंट ऑफ अदर सेंसेस. उनके अदर सेंसेस जो होते हैं दैट आर वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग. Like the sense of hearing, they must be having a strong sense of hearing. A blind person always hears things faster than we. And a sense of touch, they have a feeling of sense of touch. That's why they are capable of living their life. However, additional resources can enable them to develop their capabilities further. ओके तो अब होता क्या है, जो विजुअली चैलेंज पर्सन है वैसे तो उनके में अलग से मार्क डेवलपमेंट होता है अदर सेंसेस का, बट देयर आर सम एडिशनल रिसोर्सेज. कुछ ऐसे रिसोर्सेज हैं दैट इज गोइंग टू हेल्प देम फॉर अ गुड विजन. सो बेसिकली we divide those resources in two parts, the optical and non-optical aids for visually impaired persons. Okay, so next I will be dealing with optical and non-optical aids. These are two aids which helps the visually challenged person, making them capable to live their life. So as we have discussed, there are two types of aids. First we will discuss about optical aids. What is optical aids? So optical aids help a person who is partially or visually challenged. तो optical aid जो रिसोर्स है ये बेसिकली किनके लिए होता है, जो कि partially challenged होते हैं. ओके partially challenged persons के लिए होता है, not those who are fully challenged. तो basically let's see what are the optical aids, what are the resources. So these aids enlarge an image or text so that they could be visible. Basically क्या करते हैं, ये जो aids होते हैं ये क्या करते हैं कि ये enlarge कर देते हैं, they make it a larger size of a text जिससे कि वो visible हो जाए. तो अगर हम लोग इसका एग्जाम्पल देखें तो बायफोकल लेंसेज, कॉन्टैक्ट लेंसेज, tinted lenses, magnifiers and telescopic aids. Okay, then magnifying devices, there are many types of magnifying devices and telescopic devices come under this category. Okay, so these are the categories of optical aids. Now next comes the non-optical aids. So basically non-optical aids helps a person who is completely visually challenged. तो जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया था optical aids is for partially challenged and non-optical aids is for completely visually challenged, जो कि पूरा ही blind है, he can't even see. So non-optical aids include visual aids. तो बेसिकली विजुअल एड्स कौन से हैं कि व्हाट दे डू, दे मैग्नीफाई वर्ड्स. कोई भी लिखी हुई चीज है उसका मैग्निफिकेशन को बढ़ा देगा या उनको बड़ा कर देते हैं, तो दैट इज विजुअल एड्स. Next comes the tactual aid. What is tactual aid? Using the sense of touch. When we touch something by the sense of touching, that is called tactual aid. Auditory aids, using the sense of hearing. When hearing something, audible things, that is auditory aids. And electronic aids. So these are basically four types of non-optical aids: visual aids, tactile aids, auditory aids, and electronic aids. In detail, I will tell you what are these aids. So the first one comes virtual aids. Virtual aids can magnify words, provide suitable intensity of light and material at proper distance. तो virtual aids का अगर रिसोर्स ऐसा रिसोर्स यूज होता है तो उससे जो भी वर्ड्स हैं उनकी वो इमेज को या जो भी चीज़ें उसको मैग्नीफाई करेगा और एक सुटेबल इंटेंसिटी मिलती है हमें लाइट की, जिससे कि जो भी डिस्टेंस प्रॉपर डिस्टेंस पे जो भी ऑब्जेक्ट है दैट कैन बी व्यूड. Second comes the tactual aids. What does tactual aids basically mean? So the tactual aids include Braille writer slate. What is Braille writer slate? Louis Braille was a scientist. He have thought about the vision of blind people. So in the next session I will be dealing about this Louis Braille writer. So the tactual aids include Braille writer slate. This helps the challenged person in taking notes, reading, and even for writing it. Okay. Then next comes auditory aids. What is auditory aids? These includes cassettes, tape recorders, टॉकिंग बुक्स एंड अदर सच डिवाइसेस जिसमें कि आवाज़ होगी, ऑडिबल चीज़ें जो होंगी उनके थ्रू. तो कैसेट्स हैं, टेप रिकॉर्डर्स हैं, बुक्स आजकल आती हैं, टॉकिंग बुक्स होती हैं और भी बहुत सारी डिवाइसेस हैं जिनमें आवाज़ होंगी तो उनके थ्रू दीज आर ऑडिटरी एड्स. So electronic aids are also a good example of auditory aids. Electronic aids we include calculators and also for performing many other computational tasks. Okay, then comes, so these electronic aids include circuit television in large printed material with a suitable contrast and illumination. Okay, so basically if you will see nowadays uses of audio CDs, voice boxes and with computers and are very helpful for listening to the and writing for the desired text. So nowadays the technology has been so much it has been very easy. Okay. Next comes the Braille system. What is Braille system? This is one of the very common name. This is the photograph you can see of a scientist Louis Braille. He gave this Braille system. He himself became blind at an early childhood. So the most popular resource for visually challenged person is known as Braille on the name of the scientist Louis Braille. So Braille code is used for common languages such as maths and scientific notations. Okay, and Louis Braille was born in 1819 in France. He was born in France. He became blind due to an accident in his childhood. He became blind during his childhood. So he developed a script that was called as Braille script in 1824. Okay. So what is Braille script? Let's see. This system of 63 raised dot patterns or characters. कितने characters या dots होते हैं? 63. और each character or pattern represents a letter. जितने भी ये characters हैं वो क्या represent करेंगे? They represents a letter. And combination of letters gives a word or a grammatical sign. Okay. So basically what happens, a visually impaired person learn the braille system by beginning with letters. Okay, first they begin with letters, then special characters, and then letter combinations. Okay, so first they learn about the letters, then the special characters, and then the combination. Okay, then the combination of letters. Basically this is done. Then if you will see, dots are arranged in cell of two vertical rows of 3 dot each side. Okay, so here is a example. You can see 1 and 2 vertical row, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. For each word there has been a 2 vertical rows. So here you can see there are 2 vertical rows for each word, that is 1, and this one is 2, 1, 2 for A, and then if you see for other also there are 1 and 2 vertical rows. So basically a reader needs to touch the braille script to read it. Okay, so a blind person or a visually challenged person need to touch the braille script, and they get what the word is written by touching it only. So if we will see in India, many Indian languages can be read using the braille system. Okay, so let's see an example. There is a good example. If you see here, for C this is the pattern, for A this is the pattern, and for T this is the pattern. So person who is visually challenged will touch these patterns and will get to know that it is written CAT, which means cat. For and this is the pattern he gave. For comma this is the pattern he gave. Okay, these patterns when imposed on braille sheet helps visually challenged person to recognize these words that what it is written. So by touching it they can to make them easier to touch, and the dots are raised slightly. So basically they recognize it by touching, so these dots are raised slightly so that they can easily read what is written there. Okay, so on this point our light chapter has been finished fully, and in this video I have dealt about the eye and eye structure and everything about eye. So it has been finished finally. So in the last, thanks for watching our video. You can also go on our website www.ollyscholars.com, and from there you can download our notes and everything. And if you have any query, please mail us at allyscholar.com. Or basically thank you so much, and please subscribe our video for getting more updates. Thank you so much.